Ryan R.J. Hampton Jr., born February 8th, 2001. Today I want to talk about a guy that has been trending for the past few weeks because of the decisions he made with his basketball and personal future. Today is also the beginning of something new I want to give to you guys along with the weekly Stunted Growth videos. In this series, I'll be simply giving you my thoughts on certain players who haven't necessarily had their growth stunted, but instead made the right decisions, bad ones, or has simply made somewhat of a name for themselves and deserves to be highlighted and objectively talked about. Salute to Sensei.Boogie on IG for this request, and if there's a topic you'd like me to speak on, feel free to let me know in the comments. For example, Trevor Dunbar. Many people want a stunted growth on him, but honestly, I never really thought he had a big time shot at making the league. So a guy like that, I'll speak on here instead. But let's get into RJ's decision to turn pro in Australia. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth. Let's get into it. Now, if you don't know by now who RJ Hampton is, well, he's a 5-star recruit born in Texas and played his high school basketball at Little Elm High School in Little Elm, Texas. As a freshman, Hampton averaged 23.6 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, and 3 steals a game, leading Little M to a 29-5 record and the district title. He was named to the Max Press Freshman All-American First Team. As a sophomore, he was even better. Hampton averaged 30 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, and 4 steals and 2 blocks a game, guiding Little M to a 28-8 record. He garnered Max Press Sophomore All-American First Team that year, and this is what would become of the high school phenom. He would go on to win award after award and was everything you would want to be as a high school ball player, culminating in him averaging 32 points, 9.7 rebounds, 6.4 assists, 3.9 steals, and as a junior, recruited by all the top schools including Kansas and Kentucky, reclassifying to the 2019 class and foregoing his senior season. In his junior year, he was the Gatorade Player of the Year, the first junior to win the award since Justice Winslow. But the news that has him trending is not only will he not play in his senior season, but he will sought after an early professional start as well, skipping college and going to Australia to play for the New Zealand Breakers, a decision that has many people talking, some questioning the decision and some championing it. Before I let you know how I feel about it, I'll say this: fuck the NCAA. Fuck them. With that being said, not everyone was built to do what he's doing, and it should be clearly researched and discussed thoroughly if you're a high school player and contemplating this route. My thoughts about this situation is, I love it. Love it, love it. Once again, it's not a decision everyone can make, but RJ was the perfect guy to do so, and some of why I say that may shock you and throw you off a bit. My mind is different, and this is just the way I think, not saying I'm right. The reasons I like this move is because 1, the timing was perfect. We've seen other players do this, but I think it was still a new thing, and college basketball was still the thing to do back then, almost mandatory. Everyone wanted to go to college and fuck the college hoes, be free and hoop for a big name program. But it's 2019. Forget college if you can become exactly what you want a year earlier. Now with social media being at its height, you can literally go anywhere and still make the league, especially as hyped as this guy was. Number 2, it was the right place to go. Not China, not Europe. No, because everyone does that. It's not intriguing to go those routes. Also, there's expectations going those routes. For example, everyone thinks in China anyone can go there and average 30, so you're expected to do so. Ballers understand that in Europe, if you average 10 points per game, that's a good season. But Australia, there hasn't been anyone to do so, leaving no real expectations besides show you can be a pro for a year and bounce. Australia seems to fit this guy also. Whenever I think of black people in Australia, I think they look like RJ, or Ben Simmons, or Dante Exum and shit. Light brights with horrible accents. Which brings me to my third reason. He just fits the bill. High profile mixed kid with the personality and game to fit and lead the charge. Not saying a dark skinned guy couldn't do it, just saying he was the perfect one to do so. He already looks the part of the culture. Now if he was going to Africa, So there's my thoughts, guys. I love the move and wish him nothing but the best. Hell of a talent, and I think this will springboard him straight to the league and open up more doors for kids to buck the system and live their dream. It's your boy JC Stunted Growth, and I'm out.